Hello and welcome back to India Business Insights. Are you an entrepreneur in India looking to start a business but unsure about the process of obtaining an no objection certificate from the State Pollution Control Board? Do you need an NOC before starting a business? But first, let's understand what a pollution license or certificate is. It's an official document issued by the State Pollution Control Board granting you consent to establish or operate a business that has the potential to generate pollutants or treat effluents. A State Pollution Control Board, that is SPCB, NOC, No Objection Certificate, is required for various activities that have the potential to cause pollution or have an environmental impact. These specific requirements may vary depending on the laws and regulation of each state, but generally, the following entities or activities may require an NOC from the State Pollution Control Board. Industries, factories, and manufacturing units that produce or handle potentially hazardous substances, pollutants, or effluents are typically required to obtain an NOC from the State Pollution Control Board. This includes sectors such as chemical plants, refineries, pharmaceuticals, textiles, thermopower plants, mining, and other heavy industries. Construction projects. Large-scale construction projects, particularly those involving infrastructure development, may require an NOC from the State Pollution Control Board. This is to ensure that construction activities do not cause excessive air, water, or noise pollution and that proper waste management practices are followed. Waste management facilities. Establishments involved in waste management, including treatment, disposal, or recycling of hazardous or non-hazardous waste, often require an NOC from the State Pollution Control Board. This include waste treatment plants, landfill sites, recycling units, and biomedical waste disposal facilities. Mining operations. Mining activities, both large-scale and small-scale, are subject to environmental regulations. Mining operations such as quarrying, extraction of minerals, and processing activities may require an NOC from the State Pollution Control Board to ensure compliance with pollution control measures. Hotels and hospitality industry. In some regions, hotels, resorts, and hospitality establishments with a certain capacity or size are required to obtain an NOC from the State Pollution Control Board. This is to regulate the management of wastewater, solid waste, and air emissions generated by these establishments. Special economic zones and export-oriented units, that is SEZs and EOUs, which are designated areas for promoting exports and economic growth, often require an NOC from the State Pollution Control Board to ensure compliance with environmental regulations while carrying out various manufacturing or processing activities. Industrial estates and industrial parks. Industrial estates or parks that house multiple industrial units may require an NOC from the State Pollution Control Board to ensure that the overall pollution levels and environmental impacts of the collective activities within the estate or park are effectively managed. Other activities. Other activities that may require an NOC from the State Pollution Control Board include setting up or expanding a fuel station, operating a sewage treatment plant, establishing a chemical storage facility, or carrying out any activity that has the potential to cause pollution or harm the environment. It is important to note that the specific requirements for obtaining an NOC may vary between states. Therefore, it is advisable to consult the local pollution control board or relevant authorities to understand the specific regulations and processes applicable in a particular jurisdiction. Now let's delve into the process. To begin, you need to obtain two essential consents: consent to establish, that is CTE, and consent to operate, CTO. Consent to establish is required before you can commence any activities related to setting up your business, such as construction. You must acquire this consent from the State Pollution Control Board. It essentially gives you permission to proceed with the construction phase. Once your construction is complete and your building is ready to operate, you must obtain consent to operate, or CTO. This consent allows you to initiate your business operations. The validity of the consent is typically 5 years from the date of issuance, but it may vary depending on the state you are in. Now, industries in India are categorized into 4 categories: red, orange, green, and white. These categories are determined by the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change based on the industry's pollution index. Red category. Red category industries generate the highest amount of emissions, effluents, and hazardous waste. They include large-scale manufacturing industries, international restaurants, and super specialty hospitals. Orange category. Orange category industries are medium-sized and have reduced levels of pollutant emissions. Examples include cashew nut processing, coffee seed processing, and pharmaceutical formulation. Green category. Green category industries have a low pollution index and include small bakeries, storage of food grains, and sawmills. Finally, the white category. It consists of practically non-polluting industries with the lowest pollution index. They include industries such as biscuit trays manufacturing, scientific instrument manufacturing, and organic manure production. The categorization is important because industries in the red categories are required to obtain a CTE and CTO, and they are prohibited from operating in ecologically fragile or protected areas. Industries in the orange and green categories also need to obtain a CTE and CTO, while those in the white category do not require a CTO or CTE. However, they still need to inform the concerned State Pollution Control Board or Pollution Control Committee before commencing construction or operation. To be eligible for a pollution license or consent, your industry must fall into one of the applicable categories. It's worth noting that this categorization has encouraged industries to adopt cleaner manufacturing methods and self-assess their environmental impact. Now, let's talk about the documentation you'll need to apply for the pollution license or consent. The specific requirements may vary, but here are some general documents you'll likely need. First, satellite image of the project location. Second, layout of the project location. Third, project report detailing manufacturing methods and raw materials. Fourth, proof of investment. Fifth, environmental statement. Sixth, NOC compliance report or consent conditions form. Seventh, certificate of completion for the effluent treatment plant or pollution control measures. Eighth, compliance with environmental clearance criteria. If your business involves water or air pollution, you'll need additional documents. For water consent, you'll need to comply with water consent clauses, provide reports of treated wastewater analysis, and submit water cess returns. For air consent, you'll need specifications of air pollution control facilities, drawings of monitoring facilities, emission analysis reports, and compliance with air consent clauses. If your business generates chemical or hazardous waste, you'll need to provide details of incinerators, hazardous waste generation, and comply with hazardous waste authorization clauses. Remember, the exact requirements and application process may differ depending on your state. To apply for a pollution license, you can submit your application online through your State Pollution Control Board's website or personally visit their regional office. Be sure to gather all the necessary documents and seek any additional guidance or assistance required. Failing to obtain a pollution license or consent can result in penalties, including imprisonment and monetary fines. So, as you embark on your entrepreneurial journey in India, don't forget the importance of environmental compliance. Obtain the necessary pollution license or certificates, adhere to the pollution control measures, and contribute to a cleaner and greener future. That's it for today's video. We hope you found this information helpful. If you have any questions or need further assistance, please let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more informative content. Thank you for watching and best of luck with your business endeavors.